there's a very prescriptive perception of the practice of medicine. Well, what if you could have your clients come in and they feel a shift right away? My slay yogis. I am Alicia Dugar-Stevenson, and I'm going to tell you why health and wellness experts are really the ones that are going to change this world for the better through the use of yoga. Health and wellness experts are the most impactful yoga teachers, and there's a couple different definitions that I want to talk about before we get into the reasons why. So we talk about health, that is the overall maximum functionality, optimal functionality, and ease in the organism. So if we have a organism, a human who is healthy, they are free from dis-ease, or the pain of dis-ease, not having ease in their body. And experts is someone who has rigorous study, academia, experience, maybe a lot of clinicals and all of those things in the medical field, in some type of medical field. It could be physical, mental, emotional. And impact that we're talking about, impact is the ability to exert a desire, a will, a positive influence in a major way. And yoga, the connection of self through the self. The teacher is someone who is knowledgeable and able to share that knowledge with others. Talking about wellness experts, that's someone in the health and wellness industry. It could be mental, physical, it could be emotional. Someone who has studied, who has done, whether it be medical school, whether it be nursing school, whether it be having gone clinicals, having done studies, academia, whatever it is, someone who's taken the time to really have a high level of comprehension in the organism functionality of a human being. And that person is masterful in the way that they comprehend the physical, emotional, energetic processes of the human body. And so they're able to bring in this ancient, holistic practice of yoga and combine that with their area of expertise. What happens is that this then becomes an ability for them to see more than what the average person would see. If someone sees a hand, they will see either the energy of the hand or the muscles, the bones, or the components, the functionality, the physiological aspects, all of that different components. So they're really looking from a different level and able to serve at a high level. There's three main reasons that I've identified that really contribute to health and wellness experts being able to serve at a high level, help at a high level, bring impact at a high level. And that is, one, their desire to help. The desire, that deep-rooted, burning desire to help people, to be a benefit to others. You see someone hurting and you want to offer them assistance. You want to help by being there, supporting them, using your studies in order to impart knowledge that they might not have already taken advantage of. And that is what brought you to be in the medical field, in the wellness field in the first place. There's so many other there are those people out there, of course, if that's what you're thinking. There are other people out there who become doctors, become nurses because their family makes them, they're required to, and they're not really passionate about what that field entails. But who I'm speaking to are the people, and the people who become yoga teachers aren't the ones who are made to be doctors. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later on in the video. So the people who have this desire, they're looking for ways to help people. They want to be of service. The one that people come to in your family to ask for advice. The one that people look up to in the workplace and in the different arenas. You are the person who people come to. And so it is so natural as you transition into the yoga world that people are looking up to you. People are saying, yes, this is someone that I am seeing and feeling that desire to help. So that's number one, the desire to help, because that is what is going to be your driver. That's your gas in your engine of your car. That's what, you're needing, that desire constantly to keep the wheels turning and the progress going. The second thing that is a major key in health experts becoming the most impactful yoga teachers is the trust. Not only is there a trust because you've done the studies in yourself and your knowledge, but there's a trust in the perception of your expertise, in the perception of your field and your knowledge. And that's something, thankfully, that you can lean on, because our culture is all about, the doctors, the science, the studies. And so because you are able to use and lean on that wealth of knowledge, that really plays into how you can be impactful. So it's like there's no resistance to what you have to say, because in our culture, we are made to trust the doctors. And I heard this really funny joke one time, and I think you'll get it. What do you call a doctor that graduated at the bottom of your class? Call him doctor. And this, no matter what experience or what meager past margin there was, there's still this level of trust in the community. And so if you're someone who does really want to help and serve and be a benefit to others, and you see people hurting physically, you see them hurting non-physically, and that calls you to action, well, that trust factor is going to make the ease into being able to help so much more easeful. It's so much more or less friction in that process. And it's like saying, I have someone out there like, I know I need help. I'm hurting. But then Joe Blow walks up and says, hey, I can help you with this. It's like, I don't know about this. But then you have someone that is an expert, is studied, is knowledgeable, and they're coming and saying, hey, I see that you need help. I studied this. I have this experience. I have these, accolades, whatever it is. I would like to share some knowledge with you. It's like, okay, someone I can trust. So that trust factor is really important, because not only is information all around. Like if people went and Googled, they could find so many different things, so confusing, all these different web diagnoses and all of that, or diagnoses and all of that. But if they have the ability to come and ask someone who they perceive as an authority, then they're able to really say, okay, this is something that I can do. I have the belief that it will work. And so I'm able to put it into practice. Or they're able to come into a yoga class and not even know that you don't necessarily have to walk around and say, I'm a medical doctor, I'm a practitioner. You are able to just communicate that through the way that you speak, the way that you guide classes. People have that ability to trust in who you are, what you're saying, your essence, and your ability to communicate that. Then, third thing that is going to make you as a health expert the most impactful yoga teacher you can possibly be is your acumen. Your studies, your excitement for the learning, your ability to take that knowledge and communicate that effortlessly through yoga. Your ability to look at a yoga pose and think about how this relates to your previous study. Your ability to create that connection, your ability to create that communication. That is really what is going to be the impact that you have in the yoga classes, in your yoga sessions, in the yoga industry as a whole. And that is what differentiates you from another person. If someone's just coming in and let's say they have a background, not familiar with health or not familiar with wellness, and they're just regurgitating what their yoga teachers have told them, you're not doing that. You're taking and compounding your knowledge. You're piling it up. You're building that strong, you have that strong foundation, and you're building that strong house on top of it of knowledge that you're teaching effortlessly, and it's tangible. When a student is practicing in your class, when a student hears you speak about the subject, they're able to tell right away, this person knows what they're talking about. And so not only do they have letters in front of their name, behind their name, whatever, this person is so knowledgeable, is so authoritative in the way that they command the knowledge that they have. Now, I really am in this space of awe, in the space of appreciation, in the space of desire to be a student under this person. And that is going to be the difference. And it's not, people think like, oh, yoga teachers don't make that much money. I don't know if I can do this. This doctor, this nurse, this, high paying therapist position, all of these are really going to be the most reputable. They're going to provide the most possibility for me to take care of my family. Well, you can have a yoga practice as a teacher. You can have a yoga teacher practice that is profitable. Is that when people come in, there's a very diagnostic perception of a person. There's a very prescriptive perception of the practice of medicine. Well, what if you could have your clients come in and they feel a shift right away before they ever leave your physical or digital presence? What if you could have the ability to see something in a person or hear about their struggles, and within a short period of time, within an hour, within a half hour, within 2 hours, whatever it is, you're able to help to create even a subtle shift that maybe relieves pain, that maybe allows for them to have a deeper self-connection, or maybe they actually finally are able to make a change in their life because they've been struggling for something for so long. What if you could do that? You can when you're a yoga teacher. And so that's the magic, that's the power of being able to combine your medical acumen, trust, desire to help with the yoga, the ability to give them actionable things that they can do right there in the moment that combine your knowledge of yoga, health and wellness, your studies, your expertise, and you're able to give them something that they can do right there. That is something that's going to not only increase the student's ability to feel better, to take care of themselves, their desire to come back, it's going to increase your ability to be of service in your industry. So if you came into, let's say I have a very close friend of mine who is a yoga teacher, and she was a pharmacist first. And her complaint and her sadness about her industry was that it was less curative and preventative and more consistently prescriptive. It's like, okay, here's this for this, here's this for this, here's this for this, here's this for this. And she noticed that her clients kept coming in, but they weren't getting better. They were getting more and more and more pills, more and more and more prescriptions. And so her desire to help, her familiarity with the way the body functions, and her ability to come in and bring that knowledge and leverage trust in her knowledge really allows her to be a powerful yoga teacher. People leave her classes feeling better. People in her classes ask her questions after class about what they can do and how they can take that feeling and make it last longer. So if you're tired of seeing people come into your space and they're just looking to feel better in that moment and they come back and they're the same or worse or worse or worse, teaching yoga can be a powerful way to really and actually serve your community in a way that they can improve and have those lasting impacts. We're not saying that they're gonna throw all their pills out the window, but they may have less pain because they're able to really connect to themselves in a tangible way through the yoga practice. And so if you're someone in the medical field, you're a health and wellness expert, and you're looking to really serve your community, become a yoga teacher. But not just any yoga teacher, become a yoga teacher that really knows how to combine what you're good at and what you love to do, what you've studied, with this ancient practice of yoga. And so if you're someone who's looking to do that, I encourage you, find a yoga teacher that you really trust, a yoga teacher school, a yoga school that really provides that opportunity for you to do that. Don't start at the bottom. This is something that gets a lot of yoga teachers caught up. Don't start at the bottom and thinking, okay, I need to go to this free thing, I need to teach free, I need to do something that's really going to be like a step in, because when you do that, you are making it harder on yourself. Yoga is not about teaching for free. Yoga is really giving people the chance to create this holistic connection to themselves. And so if you're going to be helping someone, let's say you're a cardiovascular nurse. This cardiovascular nurse is going to have high levels of acumen in the functionality of the cardiovascular system and the body as a whole. If there's someone out there who is having heart attacks or is at a high risk for heart attack or dealing with, all of the clots and things, I don't know, it's not my area of expertise. But if there's someone who's dealing with those things, and they're looking to prevent themselves from having to have open heart surgery, they're not gonna be looking and saying, hey, what's the cheapest possible way that I can prevent myself from having open heart surgery? No, they're looking for solutions. They're looking for something that's gonna keep them from having to go under the knife, keep them from having to, be afraid that they may not come off the table. This is the type of yoga that you're gonna be providing. You're going to give someone the opportunity to potentially save their own life. Save their life so that they can stay around longer for their kids. Save their life so that they can take care of the people that are close to them. And that's why I'm so passionate about it. And I look forward to really helping health and wellness experts to combine yoga with what they already have studied and are passionate about. So if you're interested in learning more about how you can get that yoga comprehension level and add that to your health and wellness expertise, apply to the Yoga Queen Academy. We have a 500-hour program. This program is really designed to give you a head start. So we're going in with the mindset of bringing in your expertise, looking at yoga and its functionality, understanding the whys. You're not just going to be memorizing things that I've done. You're going to get the resources so that you can make those connections and have those epiphanies and really get excited about the way that you are going to be changing lives. And that's what it's all about. And then we do that, and we also give you a head start in business. You get to see behind the scenes of retreat. You get to see the way that you can combine and really make real money from this practice so that you can be a highly paid, high regarded premium yoga teacher. So you're offering services that people are in desperate need of and are happy to exchange their money for living longer or living happier or taking care of themselves better because they actually are able to benefit. And so if that's something that you're looking into, submit your application. You'll find an application in the caption and you'll be able to get in an interview, ask all your questions. I look so forward to meeting you. My name is Alicia Dugar-Stevenson, and I'm so glad that you're here and that you're doing the work that you're doing in the world. I look forward to meeting you real soon, and I will see you in the next video.